Have you ever wondered what it's like to be in the driver's seat of a Formula One car racing at breakneck speeds around a track? The physical and mental demands of this high-octane sport are unlike any other, and the work that F1 drivers go through during a race is a true test of endurance, skill and determination. From navigating hairpin turns to withstanding G-forces that can make your head feel like it's about to explode, the world of F1 racing is not for the faint of heart. So stay tuned as we explore the incredible work F1 drivers put in during a race. Now, driving a Formula One car is an incredible experience that only a few skilled individuals can master. With precision and concentration at the forefront, the pressure to perform at an optimal level is paramount. The controls of an F1 car may be similar to those of a regular car, but the demands of driving at high speeds under intense gravitational forces are incomparable. The margin for error on an F1 track is slim, and the constant twists and turns require drivers to perform their duties with heightened attention to detail. One crucial aspect of driving an F1 car is shifting. The Monaco street circuit, with its 25 upshifts and 25 downshifts, requires drivers to execute each shift with millisecond precision. To assist with this, drivers have shift lights on their steering wheels as well as beepers in their ears. Baku, on the other hand, presents a unique challenge with roughly 70 gear changes due to its long straights and layouts. Despite having a lower top speed than Monza, Monaco's 50 gear changes per lap make it just as demanding. What's more, drivers must utilise first gear, which is uncommon on most other F1 tracks. These challenging factors, combined with the pressure of competing against the world's best drivers, make F1 racing a thrilling and awe-inspiring spectacle. So let's take a look at what happens inside an F1 car when drivers are racing. The modern Formula One car is a marvel of engineering, and its steering wheel is no exception. The steering wheel features an array of functions that enable drivers to make adjustments to the car while it's being driven. With rotary switches and buttons mounted on the wheel, drivers can adjust brake balance, engine braking rate, engine power modes, and differential settings on the fly. It's tough to drive on a tight track like Monaco because there are no straight stretches where you can just put your foot on the accelerator and drive straight. You always have to turn the steering wheel, with just 5 seconds to navigate the car into turn 1 and 7 seconds through the high-speed tunnel while turning. Drivers must maintain complete focus and control. Compared to circuits like Monza, where drivers spend most of their lap time with their foot on the accelerator, Monaco requires a more nuanced and precise approach. Valtteri Bottas, a seasoned Formula One driver, acknowledges that expertise in driving an F1 vehicle comes from practice, repetition, and preparation. With enough practice, certain inputs become second nature, almost automatic. Drivers begin to bring critical elements into muscle memory, knowing precisely when and where to make adjustments to the car's setup as they progress around the track. In addition to the workload of making adjustments, drivers must also contend with the physical demands of driving an F1 car. The narrow hairpin in Monaco requires 180 degrees of steering lock, and drivers' arms must cross to complete it. This can occasionally result in unintentional changes to the rotary or button controls. As a result, engineers have installed particular safeguards on the steering wheel to prevent unwelcome input from the driver. The controls on the steering wheel, such as the buttons and rotary switches, are modelled like that of fighter planes. This is because F1 driving requires similar skills as flying a fighter jet, such as the ability to make quick decisions under stress while in motion. What goes on in the mind of a driver during a race? Well, the intense speed and ever-present risks on the track elevate every aspect of driving an F1 car to a level beyond the capabilities of a regular human being. The driver needs to concentrate intensely to navigate the track successfully, especially since there are blind corners and possible surprises at every turn. When it comes to driving an F1 car in a race, the workload on the driver is immense. The driver has to be able to think and react quickly to the constantly changing environment while maintaining their focus at all times. The driver's mental process involves a sequence of computations and decisions as they approach each turn. They must select the best line and path through the turn, choose where to apply the brakes, and maintain their focus on the apex. Once they reach the apex, they must redirect their attention back to the exit of the turn while keeping their eyes fixed on the next turn ahead. The The drivers need to exercise extreme caution when applying power in between turns due to the track's confined nature, as the car's balance is optimized for a pinpoint entry. Any mistakes can have significant financial repercussions, and with a cost cap in place, every driver wants to minimize the amount of damage they experience on the track. Drivers must be at the top of their game, constantly challenging themselves to improve and striving to achieve the best possible lap time. Qualifying at every Formula One track is a high-pressure situation where the driver's single lap performance is crucial due to the limited passing opportunities during the race. The driver's outlap is essential to ensure that the car is in optimal condition before the time lap begins. This requires the driver to continuously adjust the brake balance, increase the temperature of the brakes and tyres through weaving, accelerating and braking, and charge the energy recovery system for maximum power during the timed lap. And on top of all this, the driver has to keep an eye on their mirrors for oncoming traffic and select the appropriate power unit mode for the best time. The team's race engineer also provides frequent feedback over the radio, which adds to the already overwhelming workload. The amount of work required for the driver varies depending on whether they're competing in the qualifying round or the actual race. Qualifying is all about achieving the highest level of speed and pushing oneself to the very edge of their capabilities. It's a level of competition that requires absolute focus and attention to detail. However, during the race, the driver must think about a broader range of factors that will affect the outcome of the race. This includes tyre and fuel management, fighting for their position, and dealing with safety cars. It's a long-term approach that requires patience, strategy, and the ability to make quick decisions when required. When it comes to which racetrack is the most challenging for drivers, there's one clear winner: the Monaco GP circuit, Circuit de Monaco. Monaco's Formula One circuit is known for being punishing and unforgiving. With no room for error, drivers need to be constantly alert and focused in order to navigate the challenging course successfully. It's a track that requires a unique set of skills and abilities. According to Valtteri Bottas, there's never a moment to relax when racing in Monaco. He stated, "For me personally, Monaco is the toughest because there is no time to rest. It's corner after corner after corner, and even the straights aren't truly straight. You're continually turning, even if it's only a tiny bit." The main straight, which is usually the only chance drivers get to catch their breath, is gone in a flash when racing in Monaco. It's an intense experience that requires drivers to be at the top of their game at all times. While every Formula One racetrack presents its own unique challenges, Monaco's track stands out because of its extreme intensity. The entire race is packed into an extremely brief and rapid lap, making it a truly unforgettable experience for drivers and spectators. At the end of the day, driving a Formula One car is far from a simple endeavour. It requires immense skill, focus, and physical endurance, and there's no place that puts these qualities to the test quite like Monaco. So, the next time you watch a Formula One race, take a moment to appreciate just how much work F1 drivers put into each and every turn and lap. And there you have it, F1 drivers' workload during a race. Were you intrigued by the amount of workload that F1 drivers undergo during a race? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below.